Ben? 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 Ah, thanks, Ben. You prankster.
And what have you come as? I've come as a ghost. What?
Who are you supposed to be?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
Well, who are you supposed to be?
Oh, isn't it obvious?
You cow. Happy Halloween.
Oh, I'm all confused. Or are you? I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Is it Halloween here? It's Halloween in Australia. It's not Halloween in the UK. Is it?
I think it's Halloween here, but it's Halloween in Australia in 3 weeks' time.
It's Halloween in there, Ben, today.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
We've got to do our intro. I'm Ben.
And I'm Ben.
And we are
the
the Neighbours.
Neighbours.
Everybody needs good neighbors. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
Spooky times, eh? Spooky times.
Very spooky. And it's only fitting that we take a spooky walk down memory lane and revisit some of the horrors, the frights, and the ghosts.
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's something weird and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Well, I think we have to start at the beginning and have a chat about Neighbours' first ever and spiritual wonder that was Mrs. Mangle.
Oh, yes. Her dabblings in the occult.
Oh, Spirit, speak to me. Spirit, speak to me. Holy heavens, it is speaking to me. Oh, Spirit, you know me. Nell Mangle from 32 Ramsay Street.
Well, she had the gift, didn't she?
She did have the gift. Yeah. She was a tea reading expert.
She was sat there with her tea leaves foreseeing the future of the Ramsay Street residents.
And she was spookily accurate half the time, wasn't she? Or most of the time.
There was the occasion when she wasn't so. Remember when she persuaded Eileen that there was going to be a young man coming into her life?
Good gracious, I see a man.
A man? What do you mean?
I think it might be a romance.
Romance? Me?
And that Eileen should dress younger to kind of entice this man.
It's only me. Well?
Good gracious.
But then when Eileen started to try and entice Harold Bishop, Mrs. Mangle got a little bit jealous.
We clairvoyants are very sensitive to negative vibrations.
You know, then the fake tea leaves started to come out when she tried to convince her that Harold was a womanizer.
Oh, it's too utterly gruesome. It's the sign of the satyr. Half man, half beast. No wonder he shaves twice a day.
She was using her powers to her own advantage. Harold was such a Lothario. He was a real lusted after man back in the day, wasn't he?
Freaky baby. Oh yeah. Freaky baby. Just like that. Freaky baby. Come on. Come on. Freaky baby. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me play with your body, baby, make you real hot. Let me do all the things you want me to do. 'Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky with you.
Oh, she had the feels for Mr. Bishop, did Darnell Mangle. She proper had a squash on him.
Squash.
Well, she did. She did. She was always trying to get in between him and Madge. And there was that time he got into bed with her as well. I mean, now that's a spook and a half, isn't it?
But she didn't always use her powers to protect Harold, did she? There was one time she couldn't save him from danger.
No, well, that was a combination of Charlene and Rob Lewis, wasn't it?
What happened again? He picked up his car from the garage and the
Oh.
brakes hadn't been fixed. But Mrs. Mangle had foreseen it in the tea leaves. And did he end up like in a double arm cast? Didn't Des have to help him go to the loo?
There's another horror moment we weren't going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Des manhandling Harold.
Disgusting!
Then I think we should dabble in some of the occult ourselves and maybe read some tea leaves. Mark, Ben, the tea leaves. They've got news for you.
Oh, here we go. What do they say, Dippy?
They're saying that you're about to move house.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on a minute. That's already happened, isn't it? It's on Australian Neighbours time.
Don't you be using those tea leaves to cheat in our battle later on, mister.
Ned and Scarlett.
Oh.
High camp, dramatic, and very informative of what you can do with a cheese knife.
Oh, did you say romantic or dramatic?
Dramatic and romantic. It was romantic in Scarlett's mind.
What, her charging through the maze of doom with a cheese knife in her hand?
Slashing away at anyone that comes near her.
Oh, Pooh and Ed was like a slab of butter that day.
Or more like a soft brie.
Huh?
Oh, but this was our first kind of glimpse at horror at PG Neighbours level, because there was blood. Neighbours viewers, we love a bit of blood. I'll just say 2 words. Kate Ramsey.
Oh, can we go one episode without mentioning Kate bloody Ramsey?
That's the point. She wasn't bloody.
She was a bloody pain in the arse, that one.
But yeah, there was swishing of the knife, there was stabbings, there was blood, there
It was Halloween, there was tension. I mean, she was like Frankenstein's bride, wasn't she?
I think she was actually dressed as Frankenstein's bride, because Ned was Frankenstein.
I thought you were coming as Frankenstein's bride. You just look like a real bride.
Oh, dear Ned. But how wonderful is Scarlett? Her return at the moment with her big white coat, flouncing into that art exhibition like someone out of Dynasty. She's just...
You've been harassing me for weeks, hounding me with your sick, twisted obsession. But this ends today. I'm not living in fear of you anymore, Ned.
Fabulous.
It's high camp drama with a bit of Halloween spookiness to it, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Hello, stranger. Fancy seeing you here.
Remember when Sam Kratz saw the ghost of Cody Willis after she'd been, gunned down in a Ramsey Street drug heist?
Oh, yeah. I think I've watched that episode about 3,000 times. I just loved the pace of it.
Go, go, go!
The way it was edited.
Police, stop it! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
All the characters were involved.
He's got a gun! Oh my god!
And then the gunfight, well, it was one shot. I thought it was brilliant.
Cody?
Yes, the ghost of Cody. Because Sam they just kind of recently got together, hadn't they? And so he was left devastated. And she came to visit him on the day of her funeral to tell him everything was going to be okay. Because he was an alcoholic for like all of 20 minutes. He was knocking back the whiskey, absolutely devo. And then Cody comes along.
Sam.
Everything's going to be fine.
Come on, you've got to pull yourselves together. You've got to learn to live your life without me.
I mean, surely that's the other way around, isn't it? It should be if you saw a ghost, that would send you onto the grog.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if it was the original Cody that had come back and he was like, I don't know you. Who the hell are you? What are you doing with Marconi?
Everything's going to be fine. Oh dear.
But the ghosts and ghoulies ran in the family, didn't they, in the Willis dynasty? Because look at Doug Willis when he carted it.
He manifested, didn't he? The Willis Willis.
He just stepped out of his body and waved.
Yeah, no one saw him, did they? That was just a viewer glimpse into the other side. He was all smiley and happy because he saw Ned and Brad finally reconciled over his dead body.
I mean, if that's an emotional moment for you, happy way to go.
I think there are easier ways to bring people back together than carking it. But oh, well.
I just think it's a shame that like a little door in the cloud didn't open and there's like Daphne and Cody and Madge and Julie and every other dead character waving. Come join the fun.
Or Bridget Parker, Ryan Kissett.
I'd be like digging to hell then.
Our next ghostly encounter is Madge Bishop, who came back for the 30th anniversary of the show to reunite with Harold. And I think, personally, she was or is the best ghost that's ever been on Neighbours. Because I think when we all saw the headlines, Madge and Harold are coming back for the 30th anniversary, and we're all like, oh God, what the hell? What's going to happen? But it turned out to be one of the most magical storylines.
Yeah, because we'd seen Madge die in Harold's arms. It wasn't just the most heartbreaking scene in Neighbours history. Whereas with Harold, you could believe that he came back from the dead because we never saw him die. We just saw Madge on the cliff top wailing like a banshee. Harold! So when the headlines announced that Madge was coming back, it was like, how the heck are they going to do this? But how they did it was superb.
Ah, just like old times.
She returned as a ghost and she was back to her Madge-esque self, wasn't she? She was sassy.
I don't know what's got into you.
Good sense, that's what.
She had all the one-liners.
If I'm back from the dead, Harold Bishop, you're 21.
And she was kind of commenting on other characters around Harold, wasn't she?
I couldn't believe that was Lou. He's gone completely white.
The red hair was back. The red hair, I think that is an indicator. Red hair means sassy lady.
Oh, yes, you're here. You know, I always
Darling, you only die twice.
And it was just beautiful because it was also a story about Harold's loneliness, wasn't it? And needing purpose in life.
Either I'm crazy or you're a ghost.
I am here because I thought you needed me.
He was there to kind of guide him to where he needed to be, and that was back living with Skye and her kids.
And also she was doing that thing of not approving of Amber Turner, because Amber was going to marry Daniel.
You know, I wouldn't be worried if he was marrying Imogen. But this Amber is as soft as he is. Softer, probably. I mean, they're like bear and dandelions in a breeze. It's a recipe for disaster.
What do we do?
Yeah. Oh, that was just perfect.
She wasn't having any of that one.
And boy, was she right. We all knew it.
I feel like though she missed a trick because she could have walked past Matt Turner because he died a couple of episodes later and be like, "I'll be seeing you."
You're no better than the rest of us.
Ah, poor Matt. He came back as a ghost, dream ghost, very briefly.
No.
Hi, honey.
I think the most exciting thing he did was in Neighbours vs Zombies, where he became a zombie. That wasn't even the real show.
Dad!
Nice one.
Well, you know, I mean, remember Blinking Marco? He was the most forgettable character ever, and even he came back as a bloody ghost, and that was the most interesting that ever happened to him.
You're unforgettable. You're unforgettable.
We have all the characters to bring back as a ghost. Marco.
And I think it's worthwhile talking about arguably the first ghost to ever pop back for a little visit to a loved one on Ramsey Street, old Todd Landers.
Popping back to visit his grieving girlfriend, Phoebe.
I know.
To share a message of hope for the future.
Oh.
Do you see what I did there?
Don't worry, Phoebe. I'll always be here for you and our daughter.
He was like the Archangel Gabriel, wasn't he? Popping back to see Mary.
Yeah.
a son will be born, but this time it was a Sheila will be born.
Our daughter.
It would have been better to warn her that she was going to end up with Stephen Gottlieb. Don't get involved with that man from the record store.
But the Todd thing was lovely because in a weird way we'd grown up with Todd because he'd come into it as a little boy and we'd seen him kind of go through all that moody adolescence and then fall in love with Phoebe. And it was so tragic how he died. Like he was running to the abortion clinic to stop her having an abortion when he got mowed down. And it was really sad. It was really sad. So for him to come out of the mirror, for him to have a moment in the mirror with Phoebe.
It was very moving, wasn't it?
But I always think that, imagine how much better it would have been if it had been Cody. If he'd have stayed with Cody, got Cody knocked up. It would have linked them all together, all the ghosts. Cody, Todd, Doug.
Speaking of linking ghosts together, I think it's time for our next competition. So we're going to play a game of chain reaction. So the game is to link two characters who are currently alive in the show, but link them via dead characters.
Dead chain reaction. Right, okay. Okay, I've got it. So there's 6 deceased characters between Janelle and Beth.
Ooh. Ben, I've got 9. You could win if the judges allow it.
Do you want to go first?
All right, starting with Beth. Beth's father-in-law was Doug, who died in the Lasseter's explosion. His daughter, Cody, was shot dead by drug dealers. She had a relationship with Todd Landers, who was killed in a road accident. Todd's uncle was Jim Robinson, who died of a heart attack. Jim was the step-grandfather of Kate Ramsey, and Kate Ramsey's great aunt was Madge Bishop. Madge was the stepmother of David Bishop, who died in the plane crash. David's daughter was Serena, who also died in the plane crash. Serena had a relationship with Stingray Timmons, who died after donating bone marrow. And Stingray Timmons was the son of Janelle Timmons. Chain reaction.
Chain reaction. Okay, shall I do my 6?
Go on.
Babe, it's loose. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so Ben, I'm going with Janelle Timmons, mother of Stingray, R.I.P., carked it in the middle of a street party on Ramsey Street. Stingray is cousin's wife, Sonia, Rebecca.
Right, yeah.
Sonia had a dalliance and a baby with Mark Brennan, who was dead for a bit. Well, we thought was assumed death.
Yeah.
Mark had a fateful relationship with Kate Ramsey. Kate Ramsey, long distance cousin of Todd Landers.
Okay, yeah.
Todd, lover of Cody Willis, who we've already talked about, Pew, pew. Cody was the sister-in-law of Beth.
Okay, a few reaches there.
I told you it was loose. This chain is crumbling as I speak.
This all rests on whether I accept Mark Brennan as a dead character, and the whole Kate and Todd being distant cousins. I don't know. Jury's out, Ben.
Okay, we put it to you, the public.
Oh, I thought you were giving it to me.
No, my echoes like.
All right, let's give it to the people watching. You decide whose chain is stronger, mine or this guy's.
If you like a loose chain, vote for me.
Or if you want strength, dependency, and reliability,
and a ridiculous number,
whatever. We'll put out a poll or something, and people can vote.
Fabulous.
So until next time, then.
Subscribe, like, retweet, give us some love and affection.
Feed our inner Lucy Robinsons.
Well,
we'll be back.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.